I refused to help my sister after she said I was too sensitive. My sister, Melissa, called me every name in the book at our mom's birthday dinner, said I was dramatic, said I made everything about myself, said I needed to grow thicker skin because the world wasn't going to coddle me forever. All because I asked her to stop making jokes about my divorce. My husband left me 6 months ago for his coworker. I found out through a Facebook post. A literal Facebook post announcing their engagement 3 weeks after our separation was finalized. Melissa thought it was hilarious. At dinner, she kept making comments like, maybe if you'd been more fun, he would have stayed. And at least he upgraded, right? Everyone laughed. My mom, my dad, her husband. Even my nephew giggled, though he didn't understand why. I excused myself to the bathroom and cried for 10 minutes. When I came back, Melissa rolled her eyes. See? This is what I mean. You're too sensitive. It's just jokes. I didn't say anything. I just grabbed my purse and left. Melissa didn't call to apologize. Neither did my parents. The next 3 months were radio silence from everyone except my nephew, who texted me happy birthday with a cake emoji. Then last Tuesday, my phone rang at 2 inches the morning. It was Melissa, sobbing. I need your help, please. You're the only one who can help me right now. I sat up in bed. What happened? She could barely get the words out. Jason left me. He's been cheating for 2 years. He cleaned out our joint account and took the car. I have nothing. My chest tightened. I knew exactly what that felt like. The humiliation, the betrayal, the way your entire world collapses in a single moment. I also remembered what she said at Mom's birthday. I stayed quiet for a long time. Are you there? She asked, voice cracking. I'm here. Can I stay with you? Just for a few weeks until I figure things out. Mom and Dad's house is too small, and they said they can't help right now. I thought about the guest room I'd set up after my divorce, the one I'd decorated hoping family would visit. Nobody ever did. I thought about how she laughed at my pain, how she called me dramatic, how she said I needed thicker skin. No, the line went dead silent. What do you mean no? I mean no, you can't stay with me. Her voice shifted from desperate to angry in half a second. Are you serious right now? I'm your sister. I have nowhere to go. You told me I was too sensitive. You told me to grow up. You made fun of my divorce in front of our entire family. That was different. How was it different? She stuttered. Because I didn't think it would actually happen to me. I let that sentence hang in the air. You laughed at me, Melissa. You called me dramatic. You said maybe if I'd been more fun, he would have stayed. I was joking. And I'm being too sensitive right now, right? She didn't answer. Figure it out. That's what you told me to do. Figure it out and stop being so dramatic about everything. I hung up. My phone exploded over the next 24 hours. Mom called 7 times. Dad texted that I was being cruel. Melissa sent paragraphs about how I was abandoning family when she needed me most. I didn't respond to any of them. 3 days later, my nephew showed up at my door. He was holding a backpack and crying. Mom's staying at grandma's and she won't stop screaming. Can I stay here for a little bit? I looked at this 12-year-old kid who had nothing to do with any of this. The only person in my family who'd wished me happy birthday. I stepped aside and let him in. He stayed for 2 weeks while Melissa sorted herself out. I helped him with homework, made him real dinners, talked to him about what he was feeling. When Melissa finally came to pick him up, she stood in my doorway and stared at me. You took care of my son. He needed help, but not me. I looked her dead in the eyes. He never called me too sensitive. She opened her mouth, closed it, her eyes filled with tears. I'm sorry, she whispered. I didn't know. You didn't want to know. That's different. My nephew hugged me before they left. Melissa didn't. 3 months later, she sent me a letter, 5 pages, handwritten. She talked about how Jason's affair made her realize what I went through, how she'd been cruel, how she didn't deserve my forgiveness but hoped for it anyway. I haven't written back yet, but I did frame my nephew's birthday text. It sits on my nightstand now. Sometimes the people who show up for you aren't the ones you expected.